Let me tell you about Coca Cola. Coca Cola is by far my favorite soda. I mean, there is nothing in my mind, and there is nothing that comes close. I know a lot of people are Pepsi, blah, 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 but I am a diehard Coca Cola. If there is Pepsi in the refrigerator, which there never is, but if there was Pepsi in the refrigerator, I'm the kind of guy that even no matter how thirsty I was, I would have water over Pepsi. I just hate it. Okay? No longer will there be any Coca-Cola product in my house. Coca-Cola sent out notices to law firms demanding that the company will require diversity among law firms who bill it for work in the United States and reduce payments if they don't comply. Now, here's the problem. This is much more aggressive than anything that the government can even do. Okay, it's a private company. They can do what they want. If you have a problem with diversity, what you have to do is you call the EEOC. If they are discriminating against you, then you call the EEOC. But see, that's not what they're looking for now at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has their chief diversity equity. Very important word. Equity is not the same as equality. Equality means we all have an equal chance. Equity means we all get the same outcome. So their diversity, equality, and inclusion officer said that their general counsel is urging law firms to effect real systematic change. This is not about the company. This is about systematic change. By adhering to new requirements that mandate all outside counsel allocate a portion of their work to diverse attorneys, especially black lawyers, or risk losing money or even future legal business from Coca-Cola. It's going to require a quarterly reporting about the makeup of legal teams that do work for it and self-identify as American Indian, Alaskan Native, Asian, Black, women, Hispanic, LGBTQ, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, or persons with disabilities. For those working on new matters for Coke, at least 30% of each billed associate and partner time must be from diverse attorneys, and such amounts, at least half, will be from black attorneys. Now, this is just what this one company is saying you have to do if you're going to represent us as an attorney firm. But this is just the beginning of it. Now, what will these firms do? These firms can't cry discrimination, can they? First of all, if they do, they're racist. Everyone will label them racist. Now, what happens when that firm does this? They just make it stronger because they will then also say, and we're going to be doing work with firms that believe that. If, let's say, the Coca-Cola bottling, the local bottling plant might be owned locally, are they having to do the same kind of board of directors? Are they going to have the same requirements, the same things on climate change that Coca-Cola has? Because that will affect the truckers. This is a giant chain that one company can do an end run around the Constitution, and its impact will be amazing. Imagine getting the Fortune 500 companies to do this. You're no longer living in an America that you understand because you can't run to the government. First of all, the police are bad. The government is bad. The cops that are supposed to watch these companies are in bed with them. So whatever they do is going to be fine. You have no place to run. And if you own a business, you're going to be asked to either tolerate or be put on a list. This is the problem with the oligarchy. Just this week, Project Veritas released the footage of Mark Zuckerberg and other Facebook executives complaining how they have too much power. considering that they and their fellow big tech elites deplatformed a sitting president last month, I would have to say I agree. Too big to fail should become too big to exist. But who's to say that? See, we're in a conundrum. If you believe in the free market, you believe Coca-Cola and Amazon and these high-tech companies have the right to run their business. But see, this is what they discovered in the 1980s. I think this is the plan in the 1980s, was to get with the Tides Foundation. That was a very leftist group that saw the impact of Ronald Reagan and went, holy cow, we got to change the tide. One of their goals was to get the board of directors in all these big Fortune 500 companies loaded with leftists. Well, they did it. And I don't think this was by design. I think somebody realized this maybe 10, 15 years ago and went, wait a minute, we don't have to do anything legally. We can do all of this through these giant corporations. Get the boards to agree, and we'll just put them in policies, and then we'll just stop doing business with people, and it will change. You don't need to change the Constitution. You don't need to go through Congress. Thus, the big reset. It's an end run around the Bill of Rights. And what are you going to do about it? Well, that's fine. They have a right to do that, right? Except, do you see what's happening? It's an end run around the Constitution. If all of these companies decide, yeah, we're going to do that, and the government decides to back that, and then social media tries to put everyone out of business that doesn't believe in that, what do you have left, America?